Hey YouTube, I got the chance to play a pre-alpha build of the new Avatar fighting game at EVO France, and I like it a lot. So I want to share some exclusive footage of me fighting one of the developers. And I also want to show off why I think I might have already gotten Aang Nerfed, even before the game came out. Or who knows, they might just keep the game lore accurate and leave him the way he is. No spoilers. But first, I want to talk about what makes this game unique compared to some other fighting games and why I like it. Alright, so first we should probably explain the control scheme. It's actually just a 4-button game, so I played this on pad and I just used the face buttons, right? So it's light, medium, heavy, and then you have like this unique button that is basically for movement. You can do some other things like for what they're just showing right here that drains your top meter and gives you bottom meter. So this meter is, I like to think of it like Street Fighter 6. So you have like your drive gauge and you have your super meter. That's essentially what this is, except your drive gauge is mostly for like movement or to charge your super meter. It's also used for like stuff like guard cancels, and then this like 7 bead meter, whatever, each bead indicates like a stock meter, and it's used for EX and supers. This, the developers just kind of showing me off of like what you can do with the unique button, right? So this is basically, the unique button is basically like a dash button where you can like dash in different ways. So you see I can like fast fall, I can use the glider to glide forward. By the way, none of these cost meter. These are just free to use. It only costs meter when you like do a cancel, right? So if I do like even that Wii or like the backdash, so you see how like here I'm doing cancels. So if I go from like one movement to another movement, it actually costs me meter. But if I just do the movement raw, then it doesn't cost meter. It's a very fast-paced game, which is really cool because it's different than like other games that are out, right? Like it doesn't feel as stiff as something like Street Fighter. It doesn't feel like a tag game because it's not a tag game, even though you have like this little, it looks like an assist icon where Appa is, but it's not actually an assist icon. It's like what version of Aang you're playing. Each character has like 3 versions, so I think this version of Aang lets you do like hops in the middle of your block strings. I didn't think it was that good, so eventually I switched off. So this is just showing some example of block strings. So you can chain light, medium, heavy. Light, medium, heavy goes into special. It's not one button specials. You do have to do the motion. I think I'm pretty sure every motion was a quarter circle. There are also down inputs if I remember correctly. Oh, another really cool thing is if it goes to 0-0, it actually just activates like sudden death. So you see how the health actually going down. So you can't really get a timeout in this game. Like the other Aang just lost, which is really cool. This game has a lot of little quirks like that. I honestly forget them all, but there's some really cool stuff like that. Another cool thing about Aang is that if you get all 7 of these like little beads, he activates the avatar state and he gets like really powered up. He can do like additional moves and that sort of thing. Oh, I also forgot to mention that this hold unique button also is like an auto parry, but I think it could be baited and stuff. It didn't seem like that amazing. You lost a lot of your meter this week to throw, but there is burnout in this game. So that's what this is. There's this burnout meter. You basically can't do any movement at all during it. I'm not gonna lie, at least when me and the developer are playing, we didn't really get to that situation very often. Like we almost never got burned out. It seems like you just regenerate things, like you regenerate the blue meter like really fast. But it does seem cool, like being able to parry stuff. So there's probably like a lot of advanced tech that neither of us like really fleshed out with being able to like automatically parry stuff. All right, so let's talk about the variation system. So it's kind of like Mortal Kombat variations where you have like 2 or 3 different versions of the character you can play. Gyatso gives Aang's air scooter more mobility, allowing you to do some really tricky mix-ups. Momo enhances Aang's glider, letting you get some additional movement options and cancel into attacks quicker. And Appa lets Aang go into flow attacks from basically any normal. And I personally played Gyatso since I thought it was the cheapest of the 3 and it gave me the most options to work with. So we played the Aang mirrors. I'll skip you that. I got cooked because these are my first matches playing, and I started to get the hang of it. I basically just copied like a lot of the developer strategies, and then we started playing like some little slower matches. Right, I started to get the hang of it, and I'll try to display what's going on. Zuko is playing a June variation, which gives him better dive kicks. So that's the dive kick right there. It's very strong. I think it might have been like plus on block in certain situations. It has very low recovery. I'm starting to get the hang of some of the combos. The combo system in this game is very short. So what happens here on this combo, I think if you combo into a special, you get a bar, right? So he got 2 bars by doing the special in his combo, and then he used EX special to basically continue the combo. This is the aforementioned guard cancel I was talking about before. So if you just press the unique button in the middle of your block string, you can basically guard cancel at the cost of some of your drive gauge. I don't know what we're calling that. And so like, I'm not quite sure how offense is going to flesh out, but it seems like you have to move a lot, you have to guard cancel a lot, but you have to manage your resources, right? And you see like you build resources over time. Like we're both building meter. I'm just kind of stalling for meter. One of the things I noticed is like when you're doing movement options, you're not actively rebuilding meters. So there's probably like some, hey, sometimes I need to stall without like doing my movement options. Aang in general seem quite strong. I start to figure out towards the end, but the jump normals in this game are like really disjointed. And he has a lot of different ways to alter his air momentum and get into the air. So I kind of just exploited that. Like the fact that he can like do a bunch of different versions of his jump. That move, the yeah, also seemed good. Also, I prioritized avatar state because like it just made his wind things like even bigger. He also has this like wind state, so like I think it's his quarter circle back B. They activate wind and you can either like push them forward or like bring them back, and it's really cool. So yeah, here's just me turtling with jump C. The jump C gets absolutely crazy, like literally like almost a full screen normal, just running away, trying to be annoying. Again, this is before I figured out Zuko. Zuko feels more like a zoner, right? You do have a fireball, you do have a really strong dive kick, and you have some like other air mobility options too, right? Like he has that thing. The other thing I'd say is like anti-airs did not feel very good in this game. Like you see how like a lot of times we're just blocking the jump in. I think it's actually better in this game to like avoid the jump in and like trip guard them or like catch them on their landing or something like that, as opposed to like trying to anti-air, because the anti-airs feel really hard in this game. But there are stuff that you can do like air throws, for example. That felt good. But yeah, we're just running away, trying to play lame. I'm trying to play lame. Wait, that was actually clean. What the heck? The anti-air preempt? That's the developer for you. And the other thing I forgot to mention is like after the round ends and you lose, you actually build a couple of bars of meter. And there's 2 supers in this game. So there's like a 7-bar super and a 5-bar super. But basically you have like a level 1 and level 2 super, right? And the level 2 super costs more than the level 1. And again, this is a pre-alpha build, so like I'm sure things are gonna change, because it didn't really seem like we had very many opportunities to get the supers in the first place. Yeah, air scooter. The fact that you can cancel the air scooter seemed like so good. This move right here was a counter. And so like he's trying to like wake up a counter, and I think I must have just read the counter, or I was just going for a throw. I should explain the wake up game. So this game's like mix up isn't like super strong. I think they do that intentionally, like short combos and like short mix up, because you can roll into the corner, you can roll back. So like he can get up in place, he can also roll out of the corner, right? So it's a very slippery game. You don't really have to hold much mix-up, and if you want to do a mix-up, you kind of have to hard read the roll, which I think is okay. They're trying to make like a more neutral focused fighter, which I'm down for. I think it's kind of refreshing, to be honest. The other thing about Zuko that I think is kind of cheap is he has this like, I'm not sure why the developer didn't use it that much, but you have like this little flame carpet move, and you can just sit behind and like run behind and like try to chase them. But of course, Aang's pretty hard to catch. But yeah, this is just me abusing Aang. I think he eventually cooks me in some of these matches. And then I asked to see the Korra. Yeah, so he's playing Korra with the variation of like less, I guess stuff uses less chi. I'm not even sure what that means. I just read the description. I didn't get to see the other variations of Korra. But Korra's a unique character. So you think of Zuko as like the typical Shoto. You think of Aang as like someone very mobile and really like rush down, run away. Like just a very fast character. I describe Korra as like, she felt slower. You see like her jump doesn't really, she's not nearly as mobile. She had some like really strong close-up options, and she also has like a fireball. She also has this, so like she has like almost like a traditional DP. I think she also has like a command grab, like whatever that is. She felt almost like a brawler compared to the other two. And I don't know like if that's like, for example, if there's like a Toph, I would think that character would be more of a brawler than someone like Korra. But of the 3 playable characters, right, Korra, Aang, and Zuko, Korra felt like the least nimble, but like had the strongest options, if that makes sense. Still able to apply a lot of bullshit. I got my avatar state. That's a hop or like forward unique and then B. I'm just abusing this. I think it's really good. The other thing I should explain about Korra, she has this like element system. So the idea is if you use all 4 elements of the avatar, water, wind, earth, fire, you get access to like a special state where you can like, your moves essentially get powered up. And I think we'll see it now. She also has an install that like gets you into that state as well. And you can just do like unlimited empowered moves. Me doing basic auto combos. I probably could, again, I think Aang has longer combos. I just didn't know them, but it's probably like some type of EX extension that I think like every character universally has. I'm just trying to be like really crafty with my movement. Oh, that hop stuff is like so gross. Oh, I accidentally did EX wind here. Aang can also just like raw summon wind, and like you can use the wind in your movement. There's a lot of cool stuff. It looks like you're using like juggle combos too. So I think how this mechanic works, don't quote me on this, is like when you get low enough health, she just activates her avatar state. And again, the avatar state empowers one move, and I think it like grants you additional combo properties. I think every single move she has can be empowered, and they just give you additional properties. I forget what those properties are, but I remember thinking like, man, there's some bullshit. There's some bullshit going on like a couple of times we played. I also think Korra might like, okay, go for command grab. The command grab charges the avatar state. Now you're in the avatar state. Invincible DP, that did a lot of damage. Just backing off. Oh my god. Oh, you got the dash cancel, and then he... So what happened here? So I guard canceled. I got hit for whiffing. I did reversal super. He did his own reversal super. I guess they traded, but it was a trade in his favor. His reversal super also gives him access to an install where you can do like, I think unlimited enhanced moves. But you see, I like anti-airs are hard. I tried to anti-air that on reaction. All I got was a trade. Yeah, even Korra has projectiles too. Yeah. Yeah, that move was like broken. Oh, I just mashed on hit. I tried to do EX extension. It didn't work out too well. That looked cool, whatever that was. Yeah! I think that was his best move. It did so much ship damage. Oh, I probably could have punched that. And then I just did reversal super. Yeah, Korra seemed like really unsafe on a lot of her stuff. She seemed like very committal compared to someone like Aang, who just seemed like very safe on all of his stuff. All right, so what I want to leave you guys with is we call it peak fundamentals. So this whole time, like, you know, me and the developer were talking, we weren't doing anything like super sweaty, and I said I want to play your best character, and the developer is like, my best character is on this build. And of course I said, yeah, my character's on either, right? But then I told him I just wanted like a sweaty 2 out of 3 set for the YouTube. So here it is. His Zuko versus my Aang. I'm not even gonna ruin it with any commentary. This will be all the evidence you need of why I think Aang is getting nerfed. I do think he's really strong. Obviously, it's only like an hour in, so I don't know like really if Aang is that strong. But he did feel quite good, especially with the Gatsu variation. Just seems like he had so many different mobility options. Here's the sway set, me and the developer 2 out of 3, and the reason why I think Aang got nerfed. Enjoy, and like, share, subscribe. Hopefully I can catch you guys in the alpha test.
Uncle, I've disappointed you.
And check this out.
Needs to get hurt.
That's the power of the Avatar.
I've lost sight.